Hello everyone, I wanted to make this quick video today that cover a question that we're getting increasingly several times a day now, and it's why is X carrier not showing? I'm running a quote and there's no carrier showing. So the first thing to look at is what in regards to life quotes, we have final expense up here and we have term up here. So if you're running a quote for $100, $200, $300,000 of coverage and you're under the FX tab, nothing's going to populate. So let's just use an example here. We're going to run 150 for let's just even say 50-year-old Ohio male. We're not going to see anything here. And when there's not a rate available for that carrier, whether that's because of the state or because the face amount is too high or too low, we'll tell you that there's no rate available for that face amount. So that's the first thing to look at. If you don't see any carriers populate and you're not running someone with heavy medical conditions, dialysis or dementia, something like that, and nothing is showing, that's the first thing you should look at is, am I in the correct toolkit? The other thing you have to look at, I'm going to go over to the term here, is the carriers that we actually have. So for the time being, we have simplified issue carriers. So these are carriers that I think on the highest end here, 500,000 with one of the MMs, but generally, these are products that go from about 25 to 50,000 up until roughly 350 to 400,000 on the higher end. That's generally where the range that you're going to be looking at is. So if you're going on here and you're looking for, $1 million in term, you're not going to be able to see that on here because we don't have products that go up that high. These are simplified issue products. So I run $1 million in coverage, you're going to see no rate available. Whenever you see something like this and you don't think it's because of underwriting, the first thing you should think of is, am I running a face amount that's too high? So we can always check, bump the face amount down, run the quote again, and there you go. There's all the carriers. The other thing to look at on term is the year length. If you're running a quote for a 72-year-old Texas male for a 30-year, you're not going to see any results because there's no rate available at that age and coverage bracket. So in this case, we would bump down the age, and then we would get a few results here. So again, just to recap, if you see in the gray text that there is no rate available, that means based on the case you ran, that carrier and product does not offer a amount of coverage at that face amount that you ran, or they were declined because of a medical reason. But in those cases, we'll show you the actual medical reason in the exclude. So whenever it says no rate available, that means that you ran a face amount too high, you ran one too low, you might be in the wrong toolkit, you might be trying to run, like I mentioned, like 100, 150,000 on FX, that should be a term quote, or if you're on the term side and you're running 500,000, $1 million in coverage, these are simplified issue products. They're not fully underwritten products that go up into the millions.